What's going on, everybody? My name's Adam Vox, and welcome to my review of a phone case. But not just any phone case, the Otterbox for my Galaxy Note 5. This video was brought to you by Leet Drops. Leet Drops partners with indie game developers to bring you 3 or 4 awesome PC games each month, straight to your email inbox. Think of it as a loot crate, but for PC games, with $40 of games delivered each month. Visit LeetDrops.com and use coupon code EPOSVOX to save $3 on your first order. That's L33T drops.com. I had an Otterbox on my Galaxy S4. It was my first smartphone, and I wanted to make absolutely certain that I didn't break it. I had 18 months until I could get a new one. I'd never held a phone had a phone. I've held one. I had never had a phone that was a smartphone before, and I needed to make sure that I didn't damage it because I just didn't want to. And everybody I knew that had their iPhones always dropped them and shattered the screens, and that seemed very common. But as someone who can't buy $400 to $600 phones all the time, or ever, I had to make sure I didn't do it. Well, then when I got my LG G4 for review, which is what I'm actually filming on right now, I was cocky. I was like, okay, I had my Galaxy S4 for a year and never dropped it, so I'm fine to keep the LG G4 outside of a case and just look at its awesome sexiness. Well, then I got in a weird car incident, didn't actually get into a wreck, but almost rear-ended somebody because they just stopped out of nowhere at a green light, and the phone went flying off of the little console thing it was on and hit some metal piece under my car seat, shattered the screen. So when I upgraded my Galaxy S4 to the Galaxy Note 5, I got an Otterbox. Originally, I didn't think they'd make an Otterbox for it because it's such a big-ass phone and you need the cutouts for the pin and stuff like that, but of course I underestimated their ability to make a phone case, and so they did actually have an Otterbox for my Galaxy Note 5. Picked it up on Amazon, it was $60. That is quite the hefty price tag for a phone case, and honestly, I was going to go with the Pelican Voyager case, which I tested it out in the store. It seemed to be just as good of a case, but for cheaper, but I couldn't find the one I wanted on Amazon, so I went ahead and got the Otterbox just to be safe, and it is pretty freaking cool. So it does have the cutout on the top for the microphone, it has cutouts on the bottom with 2 flaps for the USB, the headphone, and then a cutout for the speaker and microphone on the bottom, and then a cutout for the S Pen. And the cutout for the S Pen is totally convenient. It could use more room on the top of the pen to actually reach it and press it, but frankly, if it did that, then the top layer would be too thin to actually support it properly. The buttons for the up and down buttons and the lock button are fine, and then the actual case build quality is great. It's set up just like the one I had on my Galaxy S4, and these are the Defender models, by the way. So they do come with the belt clip, which goes over the front. I don't use that because I'm not going to mount my phone on my belt, but you can get it. You can do that if you like. So it has those little plastic clips on the top and bottom. And then it has the built-in screen protector on the front. This one is white and gray, and it goes perfectly with my white Galaxy Note 5. The one I had on my Galaxy S4 was black and my S4 was white, so that looked a little weird. The white and gray actually looks really, really good with a white phone. It's not covering up the screen or anything like that. The touch button, or the home button, is perfectly accessible. The capacitive touch buttons for back and your app manager are all still usable, and your cutouts for your top camera, microphone, speaker, all that jazz work just fine. So the question becomes, does this case work? Yes, it does. I did drop my Galaxy S4 a few different times, as had my mother, who had the same Galaxy S4 and also had an Otterbox commuter case, and she's destroyed almost every phone she's used. No offense to her, but that's been just our running thing with her, which is why she ensured that she got an Otterbox, and when we upgraded, I made sure she got the S6 Active, as that's supposed to be a lot more, you know, durable and rugged and mom-proof. Every time we pulled out the phones, it looked like they were brand new, which is a lot more than I can say for your typical just plastic basic case. So I'm pretty excited. Main cons to this. It's annoying as hell to actually take apart. This one's a lot tighter than the one on my S4 was, so the actual, it's a double layered design here. I'll go ahead and take it off. You'll see most of this in B-roll. But it's got multiple layers here. So the outermost layer is a rubber shell, which helps absorb most of the impacts of drops and things like that, and also gives it a very grippy texture. Pretty cool. It's very thick as well. Then you have a plastic shell. This plastic shell is what really holds your phone in place and encloses the case around your phone. Now this is a pain in the ass to actually take off because it has a bunch of little clips, and until you've taken it off quite a few times, which frankly you shouldn't be doing, but with my S4 I ended up doing a lot because I needed the case off to access various different things. It can be a pain in the ass to get off. And then you have another foam padded layer at the back of your case to absorb more impact on the back of your phone. So all in all, it's a very complex system to keep your phone safe, but it does a good job. Main cons are that it's hard to do, or it's hard to take apart, as I just said. And one big complaint that I personally have that most people aren't going to run into, if you have thicker things you need to plug into your micro USB port on the bottom, you're going to run into a lot of trouble with it. The main reason why I kept taking my Otterbox off of my Galaxy S4 was because I needed to use the HDMI output with my MHL HDMI adapter to record my phone, and I could not use that with the Otterbox because the cord just would not fit within the little support beams of the case. And that looks like it's going to be the same issue with my Note 5 as well. So bigger, fatter micro USB connections aren't going to work. Your standard chargers and just general micro USB cables will be fine, but bigger adapters will not. And other major complaint is that the screen protector does add another layer on top of your screen, which means it's very easy to leave fingerprints or get dust and dirt up under that, which then you can't just wipe off because it's up under the screen. Now this doesn't happen at first. In fact, that's part of the point of the case, is to avoid getting dust and dirt in there, but it still happens. And then after a while you have to pull it off and dust it off. And no matter how great you are at, wiping off your phone and stuff, when you go to put it back on and get it all set up, you're gonna find something else that's in between those layers that's gonna drive you nuts if you're someone like me. So those are my major complaints with it. But I do definitely recommend you make the investment. If you're seriously worried about protecting your phone and keeping it safe and you want a good case for that, I definitely recommend making the investment into an Otterbox case, or maybe a Pelican Voyager case. I have not actually used one of those, but like I said, I did test it out, looked at it myself in the AT&T store, and it seemed to be about the same build quality, just with a different way the layers worked. So these are my thoughts on the Otterbox Defender case, just kind of in general, but applied specifically to my Galaxy Note 5 with experience from my Galaxy S4. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos, comment down below if you'd happen to want to see me do more case reviews for some reason, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Come follow us on social media. We have an Instagram, Facebook page, Twitter. Never miss an upload by following us on social media and always seeing when we post a new video. And check out the awesome glamour shots we post with the new, very high quality cameras on these new phones we've been testing, things like that. Links down below. See you next time.